name is Jo of Schmelson Illustration. My favorite color is purple and I enjoy creating art. And in today's video, we will be doing another Technique Tuesday, which is essentially where I take the illustration of an artist that I admire. I go in and I investigate their style technique and try to redraw it in my own illustration to then learn from their style as I'm working to kind of develop my own character design style. And today we have a little friend. Hi, Watson. Hi, pretty kitty. Today's artist that we will be featuring is Lord_Gris on Instagram. I absolutely love her illustrations, and today's illustration she created for reaching 500,000 followers on Instagram, which is a huge accomplishment. Congratulations. And I'm really excited to go in and delve into this art style because I greatly admire it. I think Lord Gris is kind of the anime style that I always aspired to be or have growing up, which I mean in the best way possible. And today I'm doing kind of a face-to-face intro as I'm experimenting with new setups for my videos. And with that, my experimentation later when I did my audio recording isn't quite as enthusiastic or to have as good a volume as right now does. So I apologize for that. We're going through a learning curve, figuring out what works best for my channel. So I've already traced the illustration again for investigative purposes to then learn how she draws and then try to replicate. And here is what I've learned. I have noticed that she does a very kind of painterly line art, which I really love with the solid lines, but then it kind of gets lost and melded into the hair, which I think is beautiful. I'm going to simplify it into just 2 line art colors for the skin and then for the hair. Next, I noticed the nose is just so cute, from the subtle like shading and coloring to the cute like little nostril lines. I love how she did that. That's just exactly how I like adding that extra detail for nostrils and just nose lines in general. I just like to put an emphasis on a cute nose. With the eyes, I absolutely love the line art for the eyelashes and the eyeliner. I think that that's something I could incorporate into my own style and would complement the eye shape that I do naturally. And then she also somehow incorporates a waterline. I still don't quite understand it even after tracing it. I hope to get better at it, but it's really cool, and I think that that's a really awesome like element to just kind of push your illustration to the next level. I also appreciate her sketchy eyebrows that she does. They're kind of more organic and you see the strands, but then it kind of gets filled in solid more on the outside. And then I want to really learn from how she does her hair. I love the shape overall because it's nice and blocky, which is something I understand, versus drawing every single individual line of hair. That is just too much for me. So I like this and how this is drawn. I haven't quite figured out the simplified shading with kind of like the painterly style, and I really love the highlight squares. Like that makes sense to me. I think I need to experiment with that a little bit more as I go through. Even with how I traced it, I don't think I did it quite justice to the way Lord Gris did, but we will learn and see what we come up with. Finally, I absolutely love the way the hands were drawn, from the lines for the finger folds, and then the like wrist definition, the overall shape and bend of the fingers, and even the cute little oval of the fingernails that doesn't quite connect at the bottom to kind of show that they are on one thing or on one finger. So as you can tell, there's a lot of information and a lot of things to absorb in this illustration and things that I haven't necessarily done in my own drawings previously. So I'm a little bit intimidated. I'm really excited to take all of these things that I haven't necessarily worked with before and just throw them into an illustration. It's a lot. I'm very excited for it. Kind of terrified. I think it's gonna be great though. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, here is another shot of my tracing of Lord Gris's illustration. Hers underneath at Lord Gris, and then my sketch that I'll be recreating her style in on the right. No, I'm terrified. Okay. Here we go, first mark. Why do we always start with the eyes? Why is that a thing? So for this I am using a very hard brush versus like a soft sketchy brush. So the lines are very solid And generally that intimidates the heck out of me, and I feel like I have to get my line art to be absolutely perfect. But we're gonna try not to get intimidated by that. Hi, Watson. Did Daddy kick you out of his room? I can't do line art to save my life. It's a circle. It's not too hard to draw a circle. But these nice little organic lines are just so pretty. I do kind of like this like strip of white for the teeth, instead of drawing individual teeth. I do kind of enjoy doing that, like adding the little bump in between to show that they're individual teeth. This also, I think, fits really nicely with each other. I gotta say, I did enjoy how she did the nails. I think I really ought to figure out this bow real quick in this line art before not doing it at all. So Lord Gris's bow had a lot more life to it, but I don't know, there's something about these like flat laying like bolo ties and ribbons that I just totally thought fit this character. There we go. Okay, that's cute. You're gonna hear me say that a lot in this video. Oh, that is a very Joe floopy. Dang it. So glad I sketched out all these hairlines beforehand, because I am just so bad at like coming up with these. And I used a reference of somebody with like an actual hair reference to come up with the flow of the hair, because I can't do that by myself. It's just not a thing. So that all kind of gets lost right there, and then we'll do one of these, because I really got to get over my line arting, because I'm almost done and it's really been no time at all. Okay, she cute. Let's do a fun skin tone. Okay. Time for coloring book. I'm a child. Major sound effects as I color this base layer. I am a little bummed I didn't do any ears for this project, but in the same breath, that's not what was in the reference, and I'm trying to take advantage of what's in the reference and capitalize on those techniques and shapes and yada yada yada. We're going to use the airbrush tool for shading because it's nice and smooth, and that's just kind of how this one is. To do big general stuff, I use a bigger brush, but then to get the finer details, even though it's not like a harsh line, I just use a smaller brush size. And then when I get to a darker color, I'll add more definition to the actual shape of the nose. We're going to do a bigger brush to do kind of this in the cheekies dealio. That's maybe too small. And then I like to erase, or this last time I erased down into like the neck and the hair, so it could all like be separate and be its own thing. Do I do a shadow underneath the mouth? No, she didn't. I'm not gonna. There you go. There's my answer for that. Down a little bit more. Just a bit bigger. Ooh, that's a good color for this. I feel like I could totally like add a makeup touch in here, and I'm just gonna experiment and see if I can over this eye hair real quick, just on the lid mostly, not trying to get to the outside shading, just on the lid. Okay, I'm gonna do a layer above and see if I could do something like blush like with that color, because I really enjoy it. There we go. That's cute. Not something she had in her original illustration, but I think it's cute and I'm gonna keep it. Yay! And I really like how there's an extra dimension now instead of it just being monochromatic for the most part. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, and I know that there's a cute little nose highlight because those are just freaking adorable. And really this isn't much of a highlight. This is really just the base tone color. Okay, and then she had one of these. Too cute. She is too cute. Look at that. Look at that. I think I'll figure out what to do with the inner corners of the eye later, because I don't want to think about it right now. We're going to save before I cry. There we go. I might even need a snacky break. I don't know. No, I should do all of the skin tone and then be done. Then take a break. I'm not in love with that nose. I think there are better ways to do the nose, but I think it fits, so it's not the worst. I really hate that that's the default size for that. Let's do the under skin before we do the fingers and hands. Okay, so I did make this shading doesn't really make sense, but not gonna stress about it. Just not gonna think about it. It's a cartoon. Doesn't have to make sense. Nope, I don't like that. I don't think I have enough detail set up there in the collarbone to like really give it some proper definition. I think it's just gonna have to be a pretend collarbone, not like a real collarbone. There we go. Cute. Okay, there she is. I think that's a-okay. Okay, back at it. Let's do facial features. I do want to, well, let's merge all of these real quick. So we are going to go in here and we're going to do the basic colors. Let's start with the mouth because I think that's a little bit easier to do. We're going to do this color of the tongue like this. A lot of variation to it later. Not that you see much of a difference like when you zoom out, but when you do highlight the teeth, I don't think it's super necessary, but I did it like accidentally and like with very much so overthinking how the reference was drawn when I was tracing, and I mean I liked how it turned out, so we're just gonna do that right there. You cannot like at all see it from a distance, but it's the thought that counts, and it's my illustration, so there. Cute. Totally unnecessary extra effort. That's, yeah, just super ridiculously unnecessary. But it's cute, so there. Let me say that like 5 more times. And then she does like a full-blown white for the eyeballs. Make that bigger. There's like this weird thing with having the pink little like corner dot dealio of the eye with like highlights around it but not highlights around it, and I just don't understand, so we're gonna improvise that as best as humanly possible. But after I get the whites of the eye in and do that like gray shading, which I think is really classy to be able to have the shadow in there in the whites of the eye along with the color of the iris. So I'm trying to, with the hair, I really want to do a purple into pink ombre, and we're going to try and mimic that or complement that in the eyes along with the rest of these accessory items. So we shall see if that works out. Because I could do something cute where like the hair is dark, like the dark purple, and then the eyes are like the bright pink, and I think that contrast looks really nice, kind of like how that'll happen like naturally with people with dark black hair and the bright blue eyes. I think is super pretty. Okay, how cute is that? I think it fits the like eyes that Lord Gris did with the hearts. I think that's just like super cute. And it still complements and sticks with the, what is it? The gradient of the like adding the purple and the pink into this blue and like being galaxy, and I'm gonna draw stars later and it's gonna be cute. Okay, so Lord Gris does this thing where she like highlights the waterline and has like a whole pink in here type of deal. And I just don't understand it like at all. But I like want to. I feel like it's meant to be a that thing, but it just didn't turn into that. And I'm just a major struggle bus. Oh, and the highlight's supposed to be on the outside of the watermark anyway, or the eyeliner. Struggle. Major struggle. I hope this doesn't ruin my illustration, because I'm really liking how this is turning out at the moment. Okay, so that I don't mind. I don't love. I don't think I'm going to incorporate that. Yeah, no, I think I'd have to look at more references of how realized with real water lines work to be able to mimic that appropriately. And this is, my reference is just too blurred out just because it was grabbed off the internet. So I just don't know how that works appropriately. Oh, and let's just throw a pretty highlight on here real quick. Too cute. Love it. Let's do the nails real quick. Okay, the question is, so I totally want to do like a ombre nail, or like incorporate the pink and the purple into the two nails that are right there. And I could like just do each of them as their own nail color. Like one be pink, wrong color. One be pink and one be purple, but I think it'd be fun to do ombre. But then in the same breath, am I doing too much ombre then? Does it look silly? We're just gonna do this for right now. And then after I do the ribbon and after I do the hair, maybe we'll decide something different. So yeah. Ooh, maybe with the hair being mostly purple, I want the ribbon to be pink. Ooh, yeah, no, I might want to figure that out first. Okay, so we're not going to shade that. We are just going to go and move on to the hair. This character looks like she needs like a moon emblem on her forehead. I think I'm going to treat the transitions like I would if I were drawing line art for the hair. This is 100% something I've never done with a character's hair, especially not without like a reference. I'm just not very confident in my hair designs, and so this is something for me. And I originally wanted this to be like super ombre, but I think it is just going to be kind of streaky, which is totally fun. Cute. It's very like Bride of Frankenstein-esque, and I'm living for it. This is awesome. I'm so happy right now. I don't think I'll be able to shade the way I originally intended to shade, like from how I learned to do it in Lord Gris's, like when tracing Lord Gris's, but I didn't even like understand or like appreciate as much as like I could have. So let's see if we can experiment a little while also like stealing, because I love how she does the like tracing over the line art with the shadow color and like making it thicker and fuzzier. But I've got two colors to shade in like two different ways. I could just do like a nice red. I think it would look better as a red instead of like a dark purple for shading. So maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll just be okay. Here we go. Okay, let's see if I can figure out the highlights now. Because that was like a whole other situation too. Okay, this time I want to use just airbrush. Because when I was tracing, I used a harsh line and then an airbrush, and I didn't love how it turned out. I don't think it got quite the correct effect. Here we go to finish up a proper galaxy girl look. Oh, cute. I like her. Aw, she's so sweet. Let's get rid of the... Okay, it's that has this. Let's get rid of that. Give her a white background. There we go. Final product. My cute little galaxy girl, inspired by Lord Gris's illustration. Oh my goodness, this was so intimidating and scary, and like I don't do the soft shading and illustration, and I think some of it like got lost, and I didn't have like the defined lines that like you sometimes still get with the shading, the soft shading, but I haven't ever done a style like this and like finished it to completion, like still been like in love with it. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Please go and check out Lord Gris's Instagram page and go follow her. Her information will be below. I absolutely love her high saturation portraits. She just did a draw this in your style with like a frog lily pad person. She was super cute. Lord Gris does cute stickers. Just a bunch of beautiful illustrations, super inspiring. I love her artwork. I'm so excited that I like pushed myself to go and do this. I don't know why I did this as my third Technique Tuesday, but we did it. I've learned so much. I am so proud of myself for being able to finish this. If you like videos like this, please like and subscribe to the channel. There will be more Technique Tuesdays. I'm still developing and learning my character design style, and I'm so excited and happy with it, or with this progress and this challenge that I've given myself. Information is below if you'd like to support on Instagram, Pinterest, Ko-fi, or our Etsy shop. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.